Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever just stopped and wondered, what's a website actually made of? Underneath all the slick designs and cool animations is a simple yet incredibly powerful language that builds the entire structure. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a look at HTML, the fundamental blueprint of the web. And look, we're not just going to talk about it. In the next 5 minutes, you and I are going to take a completely empty file and build a real, functional web page from absolute scratch. So let's dive right in. First up, we got to get our heads around what HTML's main job really is. Just think of it like this. It's the skeleton, the bones that give every single website its shape. So what is this invisible force holding the whole internet together? I mean, when your browser pulls up a page, what is it actually reading? The answer? It's HTML. That stands for HyperText Markup Language. And here's the key thing. It's not a programming language. Not really. It's a markup language. Its only job is to describe the stuff on the page. It's like it's telling the browser, hey, this bit right here, that's a big headline. This part, that's a paragraph. It is quite literally the skeleton of the web. And man, hasn't been evolving. It's been around for decades. You can see it started super basic back in '91. But what's really interesting here is that jump in 2014 to HTML5. I mean, that was a total game changer. It introduced tags that actually have meaning and gave us built-in support for things like video and audio, basically making the web what we know and love today. All right, that's enough history. Theory's great, but let's get our hands dirty and actually build our first web page. And trust me, it is way easier than you think. Okay, so every single HTML page on the entire internet, it starts with this exact same foundation. That docutype thing at the top, it just tells the browser, hey, we're using modern HTML5. The HTML tag, well, it wraps everything. The head is where the behind-the-scenes stuff goes, like the title you see in your browser tab. And the body, that's the good stuff. That's where all the content you can actually see lives. And this slide, this is where the magic happens. You write these little things called tags in your file, and the browser just understands them. That H1 tag, it tells the browser, make my first page a big important heading. And the P tag just marks welcome as a normal paragraph. See? Code on the left, what you see on the right. Simple as that. And you can totally try this right now. Seriously, all you need is a basic text editor, Notepad on Windows, TextEdit on a Mac, whatever. Just create a new file, call it something like index.html, paste in that basic code we just saw, save it, and then just double-click it. And boom, you've just built your very own web page, running right there on your computer. Okay, let's be real. A page with just text is kind of boring, right? A website only becomes a web when you start connecting pages and adding cool stuff like images. So let's see how that's done. This little guy, the anchor tag, or A tag, it's the heart and soul of the web. It's what creates those hyperlinks we click all day. That href part just tells the browser where to go when you click the link. This one simple tag is literally what connects billions of pages across the entire internet. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Now for the fun part, images. We use the img tag for that. The src attribute, that's source, just points to where your image file is. But, and this is super important, you've also got to have that alt attribute. It provides alternative text for screen readers, which is absolutely crucial for visually impaired users. Plus, it helps search engines understand what your image is all about. So don't ever skip the alt tag. It's essential. Okay, now we're getting into where modern web development gets really smart. It's not just about telling the browser what something looks like anymore. Now it's about telling it what something is. And this whole idea is called semantic HTML. So what does that actually mean? Well, instead of using generic boxes for everything on a page, we use HTML tags that describe the content inside them. A header becomes a header tag. A navigation menu becomes a nav tag. The code itself becomes self-explanatory. And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, you've just got a bunch of generic div boxes. You have no clue what they are without reading those class names. But on the right, the code tells its own story. It's instantly clear to another person, a search engine, or a screen reader exactly what each part of the page is supposed to be doing. So you might be asking, okay, why does this matter so much? Well, there are 3 huge reasons. First, accessibility. It makes your site usable for way more people. Second, SEO. It helps search engines like Google understand your content way better, which means you'll rank higher. And third, maintainability. It just makes your code 1,000 times easier for you and your team to manage down the road. It's a win-win-win. Okay, let's put all these awesome semantic pieces together. Let's see how they form the actual blueprint for pretty much any modern website you visit every day. Right at the tippy top, you've got your header. And this isn't just for a single heading. Think of it more like the masthead of your page. It's usually where you'll find the site's logo, the main title, that kind of stuff. And nestled inside that header, you'll almost always find a nav tag. This is a special block reserved just for your main navigation. You know, the main menu that links you to all the most important pages on the site. Now for the main event. The heart of the page is the main element. This wraps all the unique content that makes this page special. And inside that, you might find an article tag, which is perfect for a self-contained piece of content, like a single blog post or a news story. And then, to wrap it all up, you've got the footer at the very bottom of the page. This is the perfect spot for all that concluding information. You know, copyright notices, contact info, and those little links to things like privacy policies or terms of service. So there you have it. Header, nav, main, footer. These simple, meaningful blocks are like the Lego pieces of the modern web. From the simplest little blog to a giant e-commerce site, this fundamental structure is what holds it all together. And that's really it. We've gone from a totally blank file to a structured, meaningful web page. You now understand the fundamental blueprint that powers the entire internet. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?